Hi and welcome to the video that I've put together of some of the highlights of the trip that 6 of us had to Bike Park Wales 4th and 5th of October 2018. This is the first time that I've used a GoPro. I only got it a couple of days before we went. I had some issues to start with, so here what you can see as I'm following Elliott down the start of Vicious Valley is I've had to crop quite a lot of the video at the top because my hydration hose kept on flopping into the picture. So for the first bit of the day I had to do quite a lot of trimming, which is why you're looking at it through a letterbox. This is just messing about a bit with the video editing software. Joe Rudin really does ride that quickly sometimes, but that's one of the issues of him being a roadie. This is on the way across to the top of Terry's Belly, which is the I suppose the classic first line to start on from the top of the uplift at Bike Park Wales. This is really put together to illustrate what we got up to. We're not the fastest of riders, we're not the most stylish of riders, but we did have quite a lot of fun. If you've come here looking for beta on the best trails and how to get down, then you're probably in the wrong place. This is really designed for the people that were on the trip and our friends, just to see what we got up to. This is me following Elliott and Joe down Terry's Belly as we're getting into our flow. First half of the first day didn't actually take the GoPro out at all as we were getting warmed up, so this is after we've had a few runs down already. The weather was absolutely brilliant, and we actually weren't really too warm, if anything, on the first day. Surprising for October. Joe R now picks up the pace at the bottom, and I really like this bit where you can see us, the shadows as we're hoofing around the corners. I really love that effect. You can see looking to the corner exits. It's really cool. I like that a lot.
That was fucking awesome.
So this is Richard and Craig heading off into 60 pod at the start of day 2. You can tell that the cloud hasn't burnt off yet. Craig's getting into his stride as usual. And I've sorted out the issue with my hydration hose, which is now rooted out of the way. Every time you go into these woods it always gets a bit more slippery. Craig's got these jumps nailed, as you can hear. And it's a bit slippery on some of these berms, even though it doesn't look it on film. Look at him go.
Yeah.
is whooping away in the distance as I struggle to keep up. This is probably one of the most filmed sections, Willy Waver. Seem to find ourselves on here a lot. There's a photographer there on the day, hence the signs. That's why we're all trying to get some air to get some decent pictures. It was me desperately trying to catch up Elliott, who's following his Uncle Richard down. This little bit here was one of my favourite sections. Quite a bit of repetition on the lines that we were riding. You see quite a lot of the same line being done by different people, filmed by different people. Me and Craig did all the filming, to be fair. I think I'm just about managing to reel Elliott in eventually.
Ready?
Yep. And now I'm following Brother Richard down Vicious Valley. I really like the qualifying features that they have at the start of each run. Such a good idea. Yeah, this image seems really shaky compared to the rest of it. I'm not quite sure what was going on here. Maybe I just need to tighten some of the straps on the harness up. And it was slippery through here. Section of trail that we did quite a bit. That's a surfing bird, and then into insufficient funds at the end. There's a couple of tricky corners on this. I think just round this corner, we go round a rock. Which I clap my derailleur on. You can just hear it go there. I think most people clocked something on that rock at some point over the 2 days. just seem to have absolutely nailed having the trails with the right amount of drop so that you get good speed through them. I like this little section down here, but I always seem to end up being slightly too high here to then jump back down through the tunnel. Good test of the camera's white balance there. And now we're straight into insufficient funds, which is one of the standout lines for most people, I think. Lots and lots of drops. Really enjoyable. The mistake I made on day one was not hitting these quite fast enough on my first run down. You just got to go for it. Elliott setting off down Vicious Valley and then into A470. Struggling to find my flow here. Pretty close to the end of the video, you'll see Craig do a full run down here, and he is absolutely gutting it. Brilliant to watch. Quite like that little undertaking manoeuvre by Brother Richard there, as we're into Willy Waver. Shamelessly going for the photos once again. A good section this. Flowing, bumpy, great. As well, as you can see. There's Craig in front now. And then this was on the bus with the fastest bus driver that we encountered on the entire trip. Elliott and Dr. Joe heading across to the top of Popty Paint. Really nice approach this. Lots of little pumps and jumps. And then we're into Popty Paint. Joe had a bit of a mare on these. Slowed the video down just to try and work out what was going on, because I'm not sure if it was rebound or weight transfer that was the issue. But there were certainly a couple of these which certainly throwing that back wheel up, which we're all getting a little bit concerned about as we went down Popty Paint. despite me shouting conflicting advice at him. I was desperately worried about him crashing, but kudos, got down. And fair play to him on an unfamiliar bike, full sus for the first time. This is me almost failing to find the entrance to Hot Stepper. Don't know why, because it's probably third time down this now. You can see it's drying out a bit. A little bit more grippy than it was earlier. Great little section this, nice and technical. Lots of roots, rocks, and there's quite a few drops. They don't come out particularly well on the video, but lots of little drops to keep you entertained down here. Really good. Switch it up front. So cool. Up and down through the trees. Brilliant fun. And then into the familiar section at the bottom of Hot Stepper in Terry's Belly. Despite there being so many people on the uplifts all the time, we encountered relatively few people on the trails. This is a rare time that we actually went past other folks who were out. Really nice flowy section. It's interesting watching your own footage back. It makes me realise how slow I am in the corners. It's all good. It's all good learning. Could be higher on the berms too. Taught lesson ride better. Approaching the bottom of the trail to the uplift, and then we return to the farm. I think Joe had a puncture at this point, so we went back to get something to eat and encountered this snoozing beast. Someone been snoozing. Love the little smile she gives here. Hello. Brilliant. And we're back into Wibbly Wobbly. Craig's taken over filming duties, wheeling duties, obviously. It's me in my high-vis jacket. Wilson's out in front. Some Wibbly Wobbly. Craig. Straight line. Really good.
Have a look at the drop.
Oh, comic timing. You couldn't make it up. And this is Richard and me into Surfing Bird. We're about to hear Craig smack his derailleur into the rock I was on about earlier. Ouch.
Ah, fuck! Alright.
Dropping down through the tunnel again. And into insufficient friends.
I go! Go on, Adrian, flat out!
And I was obviously holding Craig up here because he drops back at one point and then comes hooning down to catch me up, but overcooks it a bit, which is most amusing.
Yeah, flat out! Woo!
What an excellent reaction. Yeah, nicely done, Craig. Clearing those tabletops, brilliant. So I think I cased them all. This was one of the many buses that took us up. And this is AC/DC. First run down this for me. Really like this trail. A lot of variety in it. Tricky technical bits. No, nicely done. Like that line. And now into a bit more open switchbacks with some drop-offs and jumps.
The big wooden drop
Yeah, I
is the
didn't
one
hear
to
that at all.
watch.
Probably just as well, because I've only panicked.
That one. Right, okay.
And this is Craig on a solo flat out run of his favourite line, which was A470. The corner there was my nemesis. Always slippery. Tricky little qualifying feature this. Drop, drop, steep, sharp left hand corner. Nice.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck that up.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We eventually regrouped, and this is us going hooning into Willy Waver. We all had a bit of a moment there on that entrance. Going in far too fast.
Keep going. You alright?
One of Richard's knee pads had slipped down at that point, which is why he'd stopped. Such a good bit of trail. Back up the uplift, and this is Elliott and Joe on 60 pod. It's good to see everyone getting faster. Momentary lapse of concentration. And then from the bottom of 60 pod. Oh, oops.
Ah, bad one.
From the bottom of 60 pod we head into Willy Waver yet again.
Whoa. Big dirty dab.
Although Elliott missed the memo.
Yeah, keep going. Straight on, Joe. Straight on. Looking good.
Dr. Joe in full flow. Brilliant. Stay on, Craig. Back up to the top for the last uplift of the day.
Send it.
Richard's had his instructions.
Left and right.
So he has to clear the tabletops on pop tipping. How most of my tabletops were, if I'm honest. Nicely done. Yes. And then we push back up to the top again.
I'll see you at the bottom.
Obviously we've been holding Craig up too much. So he then went for a full run down Terry's belly and hot step up at warp speed. And this is just great. longer day. Only a couple of days before we then headed off to Affen, which I'll probably put a video together for. A great last run down. By all. And then to top it off, this was actually on the Thursday, bona fide fox.
You know those feet. Why are you out here?
Finally is 3 of the pictures that were taken by Air Shots, the photographer that was present at Bike Park Wales on the Friday. First is brother Richard leading the Wilson charge, me following, Elliott bringing up the rear. Then we've got Elliott on the same jump, getting good air. And last and probably least is yours truly on one of the drops on insufficient funds that in the picture looks like it's about 6 inches high, but felt much higher than that. Hope you've enjoyed watching this film. That's all for now. Cheers.